Like, man, I just want to talk for a little bit. I just woke up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thank the Most High and all that, because it's a new day, you know what I'm saying? You got to be glad to wake up no matter what you go through, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just naturally given another opportunity, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, enjoy it, whatever come your way, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what it is. And I appreciate it, you know what I'm saying, in all aspects of appreciation. But what I want to talk about right now, man, I ain't really showing my face right now, but just hear me out right quick, you know. Um, like, cause man, as soon as I wake up, they're right back on my mind, like and penetrating my brain with the brain signatures and all that EEG, you know what I'm saying? I keep speaking on this because I'm really going through it, and I know I may seem weird to a lot of people, but then this ain't for you, man. This for the people who understand and, like, you know what I'm saying, who truly have knowledge of that particular technology, so they understand that this takes place to people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, man, like, you know what I'm saying, about life and, pain in general, like the pain of just everybody's community, man. You gotta think in this military, social, governmental construct, like in this construct, I've been thinking I focus on the solution in life, you know what I'm saying? Especially in this military, governmental, social construct called the United States, in its contractual sense. You know what I'm saying? The states is only united in a contract sense. This is America, man, but it's united by contracts. All the states contract with the federal government, which is, you know what I'm saying, really not exceeding the 10 square miles of DC. Like, we are American people, man, American nationals. That concept of U.S. citizen only come to, it's only by way of accepting the many contracts that is subtly imposed on us by way of a job application and, the Social Security Administration and various, benefits and privileges they prescribe to pull you out of your rights. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, the right is you gonna have to do for yourself, but it's not as hard as people would think it is, man. It's not as hard. Doing for yourself is not as hard as you think it is, man. Because I like to speak on taxes. This is a form, like, when you, like in my life, man, I've witnessed decent families. You know what I'm saying? My family, like we lived in apartments our whole life, man. I slept on the floor most of my life, man. And it's a lot of us. And my mama is a single woman at the time back then. You know what I'm saying? So we slept on the floor our whole life. And like growing up, like one thing we knew, man, was stick together. No matter how dysfunctional we is, we were we gonna stick together and ride it out. But you know what I'm saying? The dysfunction in itself sometimes make you realize sticking together is not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we all got needs, but I know money is not the answer to a lot of people. Like, it's not the answer. But you gotta understand, to truly bear the fruits of your labor and then just money in general is two different things. We all work so hard to maintain, you know what I'm saying, electricity, gas, whatever utilities you may have, whatever, you know what I mean, however your debt is in society. And we work hard to pay that. And it takes a lot of our time from each other. You got women who go to work every day, all day, and they never really get to see their kids, and they're not aware of it eating them throughout their whole life. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as I study this shit, and I noticed something with this taxes, man, everybody truly supposed to be able to, anything you spend your money on that is not insured, my nigga, is supposed to come back to you at the end of the year. But at the end of the year, when we file our taxes, we more so, let me claim the kids. Oh, and this child and that child. And we get caught up on a bunch of bullshit because we are not taught the true way. Like, we don't have that private school education or that private school form of intelligence. You understand what I'm saying? But the shit that you spend and you expend, like, you know, you work hourly, most of us. This is very spiritual because they tax our, they live, like, if you listen to this, listen to me, man, you work hourly and they take taxes from your hard hourly work, and you think that it's going back into this to help the all these other people. It do in particular ways, but not how you think. Like, this is a military social governmental construct. That shit feeds all that crazy gun machinery shit you see, all this spying technology and shit that you see. But the truth be told, this money ain't nothing, man. You supposed to be able to go. I mean, listen, if you pluck my brain, I will show you I'm correct with what I say. I focus on the solution. At the end of the year, everybody's supposed to get a return on what you spend. You know what I'm saying? And then the proper thing to do, if you ask me, is to take that return, and it more than likely you spending more than what you got back. You know what I'm saying? On your little normal like tax form and shit, what you get back, 5,000. Come on, my nigga, 5, 8,000, 10,000. You really spent? That's all you spent throughout the whole year? Like, you really supposed to get that back. Your money is supposed to circulate. Each household's money is supposed to circulate. This is why a lot of us can barely keep houses, man. And we suffer in mortgages and stuff. And if you, everybody know the word of mortgage and shit, but, you know, the root word of mortgage, like, you know what I'm saying? Mortuary and all that shit, the morgue. But anyway, like, it's supposed to come back, man. Like, you... And this will grant you more time with your family to be able to invest in where you live at, like your home and all of this, to be able to upkeep your house. A lot of people we know who live in houses that shit just tear down. And you see particular families out here who houses just get better and better. Like, and a lot of people, they give they, like, your religion and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not helping us. You know what I'm saying? It's a scheme that's tapped into everything, man. And these people, like, you pledge yourself to these churches and these lodges and all this stuff, and you come to find out that it's draining you. It's not really helping you. You a part of this sorority or this fraternity, but they not really helping you. They just making you feel special because they give you like a gun club membership or some little knick-knack. But the true essence of this life, especially in this military governmental social construct, is the taxes, my nigga. It's the taxes. Whatever you spend is supposed to come right back to you at the end of the year. This is what the rich folk got over us, man. It's supposed to return, and you circulate this, but we are caught in a weird construct. I know I'm not giving you the full context right now, but just hear me out. Everybody who has a job, whatever you spend your money on, if it's not insured, then you have this thing called captive insurance. This is to be self-insured. Like, you will set up your own policy as opposed to anything that may come, any extra encumbrance or debt that may come your way. Captive insurance. This is to be self-insured. Like, remember Corin Gaines, man, and her whole situation with that traffic stop? That was just over insurance, man. She knew what she was talking about, but not necessarily on how to conduct her knowledge, like to act in her knowledge. So it turned out how it turned out, and her son wound up getting a handsome pay. You know what I'm saying? But she was supposed to still be there to get a handsome pay as well, you know what I'm saying, and still have her life. She did not have to die for her son to get like 30-something million, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that times with what I know, I be wishing I was there with Coin Games like a mug, man. Cause, man, like, she knew, but she was a fiery spirit, true woman, if you ask me, man. And like, that's how the police, for real, man, they are commercial police. If you look in the times of the Wild West before the federal government, the Federalist Party, was actually, before they became that particular dominant construct where all the states contracted with it, you'll notice each town had its own private bank that was for that town, and the sheriff of that town. You did something wrong, nigga, it's a bounty on your ass. You know what I'm saying? And the hunters will come get you. That police shit is just for corporations. They police corporations. They know different. They are a more advanced form of a security guard that you may see at a bank or some other big corporate construct. It's just that, like, I'm from Virginia. The Virginia company came over here on a boat, my nigga. A boat. And now it turned into a big ass company on top of the republic in which it stands. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, and then within that is very little sub companies like the city of this, the city of that. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, basically what I'm saying, man, we are caught in a very vicious money scheme. And I just wanted to put taxes on your mind. Like if you gotta trust me on this. This is the nature of the trust. The trust takes you out of a lot of people's regulations and public policies. Like, you know, like what's that movie called? The Godfather. When they was meeting after Sonny got his ass sprayed up and the Don had to go meet with the other Dons and accept the loss that he had took in his life. And he was like, he wanted to know, and you heard one of the mobsters, he was like, the niggas and the policymakers up there in the Harlem are paying 50% on the debt. 50% on a debt. The niggas, listening to the Dons though, they like, the niggas and the policymakers. The policymakers. The policymakers. That's not true law. These are just like legislators, my nigga. You feel me? So it's like, I know I ain't going into it. I'm not really trying to go into it all the way. I just want to put something on your mind. But to truly bear fruits of your labor, man, this will help a lot of it. Because I'm telling you like that because I don't want you to think that, oh, you're trying to say just get a whole bunch of money. Get a whole bunch of money. That's how more problems come when you have more money and less knowledge of with your money. You know what I'm saying? When you know when you glad to go to work because you know at the end of the year you're gonna get a handsome return on everything that you spent, your electricity, your somebody broke a leg so you had to come out of pocket for that. So all the things, various things that you come out of pocket for, you wouldn't believe how you can really write that off on your taxes as losses, man. And I study hard, man, because the policies and the codes and the acts, you know what I'm saying? This is not true law. The true law is the Constitution of the state that you live in. You probably gonna look at this. I know in Virginia, Article 10, Section 10. You know what I'm saying? Lenders of credit. If you read that and go down, it's gonna say, but at the bottom of the passage, it's gonna say it's not to affect the General Assembly of the people, my nigga. You have a right to be able to form a certain type of, you know what I mean, a certain type of private or your own form of lending institution, credit lending institution, lenders of credit. This is in Virginia though. Like your state, you got to look for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that, lenders of credit. And the people are the lenders of credit because they tell you all day that this country is backed off the full faith and credit of the people. This is what keep our money circulating because it ain't no Fort Knox and whatnot. Know what I'm saying? We got that petrodollar scheme because, you know, the money got to be backed by a natural resource. A natural resource. Something that's intrinsic in value. You know what I'm saying? That can be weighed and measured. Barreled up and, you know, ready for shipment across the world or can be embargoed from other countries. So we, in this particular state or this country, you know what I'm saying, on this continent, you know what I'm saying, in which the particular juridical lines is sitting on, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and like that's what it is. I'm all over the place, but I want you to think about this taxes, my nigga. Like I done met people in my life who build their houses, man, only to have it foreclosed at the end of the day. And literally after I done bear witness, I kid you not, like they died shortly after being in foreclosure, bruh, and had their houses for years. I'm talking like 30 plus years. I'm coming to you in the spirit of Rahadu Kuti, man. Yahshua and Jesus. All the same energy. Man, rock with me. It's all the same energy, man. Peace.